Morning. I've been tagged. Thanks Jimmy. Jimmy from Lundy's Wildcamping Bushcraft. Beginner's tips for wild campers. So I thought, while I'm out for my morning walk, I'll just do a walk and talk, and I'll give you my 5 tips. It's just what I've learned over the years. I find them useful. So maybe somebody who's starting out fairly new at this game, they might find some of them useful, or they might not. But it's a lovely morning, frosty, bit of blue sky, bit of haze. It's just good to be out, away from all this madness. Right, so my first tip that I'm going to be giving you is where you leave your car. Obviously try and leave it somewhere where there's other cars parked, i.e. your car park, because you've less chance of it getting sort of broken into or interfered with. I mean, I've left it in remote car parks where I've been the only car, you know, it's just a risk you take, but if you can find somewhere like even the pub car park if you're nearby, you know, get permission, park it in the pub car park. Be a lot safer, and you won't be worrying so much when you come back if your car hasn't been interfered with. Yep, so my number 2 tip, planning your route. There's plenty of information out there online. You know, you've got OS Maps, View Ranger, Google Maps, whatever you prefer. I have the subscription to OS Maps, and you can plot routes. You can change that from your normal OS Map 125 down to a satellite view. But yeah, plan your route so you know where you're going, if there's any escape routes, if your weather turns on you. So where you find your location to camp, always have a backup, because you can get to where you think you're going. Weather could be atrocious, but you need to have a backup where you can fall back and then pitch up for the night in safety. Okay, so tip number 3. Pack your bag, you know, so you want to be able to get at stuff that you need during the day if you're out for a day hike before you do a camp. You know, so your stove, your tea making stuff, anything you want to eat. Also your waterproofs, have them handy, just to pull out the top or on the front pocket. If not, you're having to pull stuff out the flipping bag to get what you're after. So always pack and make sure you have the stuff you require for the day when you're out at hand. Right, my number 4 tip. The night before you're doing a camp, make sure all your power banks and you have all your cables that you require, because I don't know about you, but I always require quite a lot of cables for charging cameras, GoPros, spare batteries. So just double check and make sure they're fully charged, because there's nothing worse if you go to plug it in and it's dead. So that's my number 4 tip. Just make sure you have everything charged for what you require for a camp. Okay, my 5th and final tip. Let people know, you know, where you're going, where you leave the car. And also, when you're coming back the next day, I always just text the wife, that's me, packed up, heading off the hill. And then maybe text her when I get back to the car, that's me back at the car, heading home. You know, so just simple stuff like that. Tell people where you're going. Okay, so that's my 5 tips for beginner wild campers. Now, with this tag, you're supposed to tag another 5 people and pass it on, but I think I'll keep it down to 3. Dan English outside. Sorry Dan, you're tagged. Chris JB, tag you. I'll also tag Darren, Tent Man. It's my number 3. I'll put links down below to all their channels. They're all well worth subscribing. All decent lads. Like to get outdoors, do the stuff we all love to do. So yeah, 3, that's all I'm going to do. Dan English, Chris JB and Dadden from Tent Man. That's enough. You have no obligation. It's just a bit of tips for beginner wild campers. It was just to get out. Obviously out for my daily walk. So I'll mix the 2 in, walk and talk. And hopefully we'll be out soon enough, back on the fells. But for now, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Catch you on the next one.